This guy's gonna talk.
Today we are here with very special person. You will actually hear a lot of things that you won't ever agree with. But let's be real, it will be just the truth. And you've been all brainwashed by this, toxic culture. So it is just time for you to wake up, listen to this guy, and finally change your mindset.
Can you tell us more about yourself?
Of course, my name is Renato Maia. I'm from Brazil, born and raised in Brazil, Italian background, and I built two business and sold them. United States, the first one I sold for $4.2 million, and the second one for $19.3 million. And I'm highly investing in real estate, United States, especially in Sun Belt, Arizona, Texas, and Florida. And I love success. I love beautiful women. I want to have 25 kids. And one more. I love lots of you. I love lots of you. You guys are beautiful, beautiful ladies, nice guys. And I'm happy to be here with those two nice ladies. And we are ready to drop bombs to go. And by the way, you guys might not like what you're gonna hear, but I'm sorry. I cannot lie. So tune in. Let's roll.
Okay, perfect.
Let's get into it.
Let's roll.
So, Renato, you have worked with a lot of successful men like Grant Cardone, the most powerful mindsets in the world. What you would say women these days don't understand about these kind of men?
That's a big question. I think mainly there's a very big agenda that has been pushed for a long time, and the main target's woman, right? So they want to weaken woman, brainwash woman to think that they don't need man. Mm-hmm. And being surrounded by successful men, we share the same beliefs and the same mindset, and women don't understand that those men are extremely masculine. They are competitive, highly competitive. That's the reason they're successful. And by being masculine, they want a feminine woman. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, because of feminism, mostly, women became extremely masculine as well. Men don't like it. Actually, men hate it because we don't want another man in a relationship. We want a woman. So that is the way we can balance that out. And considering that type of man, that tier of man, we pretty much want a woman that can support us and can be feminine, can be equalizing the relationships, and not promiscuous, of course, loyal, and that's gonna give us peace, because only you guys can provide us with this, right? We are every day in war. We are every day trying to close businesses. We don't want to come home or meet our girlfriends and have, masculine attitudes towards us. That's terrible, and women seem to not understand that. One more time, feminism is pretty much like the main reason that's happening, and what ends up happening is that men just they don't have much patience due to that. So relationships very hard to maintain nowadays, and women, they pretty much lose. Mm-hmm. Men as well, because it's kind of sad. We were having a crisis of relationships. So most of successful men pretty much just want a feminine woman that know how to play her role and be on her feminine energy. It's that simple. That's not complex.
But let's be real. What do you think these kind of men and yourself perceive women who constantly show their body online?
Obviously, it's like a man to be successful, he cannot be a fool and get successful, right? Mm. And you gotta understand the human beings in a very deep level. And we can read people very well. When you see a woman showing a lot of skin, well, we see a woman that It has provocative pictures, especially online. We automatically we just think, man, she's for the streets, as we say in the United States. And here's the problem. We still play the game because we're men. But we will never commit to that woman. Never. She's gonna be used by a bunch of men. And normally, when they get much older, they realize that they made that mistake. And by the way, I'm telling you something I have seen happening a lot of times. They are 18, 20, 20 few, and they are playing. And you always hear those sayings.
Like top of the game for them.
I'm enjoying my best years. I'm finding
Gaining
myself.
experience, right?
By the way, as a woman, never tell a man I'm finding myself. If you say that, it's game over. You're just giving a tip, ladies. So, and once she's 26, 27, she changed. Because nature is unbeatable. You guys want to be mothers. You guys were born there. You guys multiply. You guys are very special, right? And we pretty much put those kind of women in the, fun category. We never commit to that.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep, just bouncing from man to man until they are dead from inside. And maybe they move to Dubai.
Well, analyzing from our perspective, we had talked about this as well. By this, they feel that they are gaining freedom, if they sleep with a rich guy, they think that the guy is the same as them. So by sleeping with her, she is gaining this emotional connection with her, and she thinks that he will be as connected to her as she is. And we know that this is not true at all.
Don't do that, lady. It's the complete opposite. Yes, 100%. You're completely right. They think that's my freedom, that's amazing, and I can just take advantage of that. Is the opposite. She loses value. Let's make that very clear. Value is given up front to woman. So your target in life is to keep your value. How you keep your value?
By keeping yourself, let's say, in respected zone to basically give men the opportunity to actually rise and basically get them, by chasing, by all this stuff. But I think the most important thing is not being so easy for men, right?
That's the thing. Being so easy, you're not respecting yourself, means you don't have value. You only have value if you're scarce.
Mm-hmm.
A diamond is expensive because it's scarce. Gold has value because it's scarce. Good watches have value and are expensive because they're scarce. They are expensive. Not everybody can have. Not everybody can have it.
Right.
So if you're giving yourself for everybody, you don't have value. And man, top tier men get that very, very easy. It's like sometimes you don't even have to ask a question. Just by feeling a woman's energy or being close to her, you can feel that she has been around, she lost her way, she lost her soul. And literally, a woman literally loses her soul if she sleeps around, if she doesn't protect her, sacred values. Because you guys are pretty much sacred. Sperm is cheap.
Right.
Sperm is cheap. But you guys, that's the reason you guys are always optimized for the best man you can. That's how nature works.
Do you think you would ever commit to this kind of woman who, let's say, had a lot of experience before you? And why not? Why yes?
Hell no. Oh my God. Just if I want to destroy my life, then no. Men never do that. That's something that, doesn't exist. And we pretty much we want a woman that has their own value, and they have been working hard on that, protecting themselves from those crazy agendas. We will never commit to a woman from the streets. A promiscuous woman, that's impossible.
There is 3 kind of phrases that I face from girls these days. First one is, as I mentioned before, it's I'm gaining experience. Second one, it's natural. Like I have the spark with the guy, so why not? Because it's natural. And the third thing is that I'm exploring myself, and like it's just like must think for me, because otherwise I wouldn't know myself. What would you say to these kind of girls who think that their, let's say, purity and their body is something that can be shared a lot?
That's a great question. Here's the thing. Men hate women with experience. Just from the get-go. If you're trying to get experienced, you're just playing the opposite side of the game. Men gotta have experience because men are leaders by nature, right? And every woman wants a leader. And a woman that's experienced, men are deeply disgusted by this kind of. They never commit to that kind of woman. He's gonna play, he's gonna lie, because most of men, they don't have the balls to say the truth. Vast majority of men don't have the balls to say the truth to a woman's face because they don't have options. So they come to the woman, they lie to the woman. For example, the woman comes to them and say, oh my God, I slept with 45 men. The guy comes, that's amazing. Oh my God, I support, just because he wants to have sex. He would never commit to her. Never. He's just trying to get sex. Only. And she's thinking that he is, is valuing her. But no. So women just have to understand, if you don't protect your value, if you don't, in an early age, start focusing on, getting to know high value men, or men that are ambitious, that want something big in life, they're just wasting your time. And one more time, once you lose your peak, you lose a lot of attention. That man that you used to get a lot of attention from, he's not looking at you anymore. Because we have even say United States, every day there is a girl turning 18. Every day.
Yeah, of course.
So that's the reality. And women don't like to live in reality so much because women are emotional. But in order to have a great life, you gotta live in reality, and you gotta accept nature and masculine, the way of men think, and also respect your nature as a woman. You gotta protect yourself.
And by that, what woman behavior or what woman qualities do you think, like by seeing, for example, her for a first time, what will instantly lose your respect for her and just turn your eyes away from her?
There are many things. If I see any picture in Dubai, it's over.
Why?
It's over.
Why?
Because here's the thing. Of course, many women go to Dubai for business, even with their families. But 95% are not there. 95% are not there with their family, neither for business. Yeah, it's for business, but another kind of business. So what happens? You guys have to understand. Men think in a very similar way. Most of men. So, if you are in Miami, you have to remember Miami is a party city. So what a man's gonna think? She's kind of party. Maybe you're there with your family. Maybe you're there with your sister. Maybe you're there doing some business. I don't know. But we live by stereotypes, right? We are human beings. We always judging the book by its cover. And you need to remember this. If you have pictures of Dubai, and another tip here. Women love posting picture with flowers, holding flowers. Men hate that.
And you think that other bunch of men gave her these flowers?
100%, because definitely a saint gave her those flowers. A man that doesn't respect himself. And she's using that to show, hey, I'm loved, or hey, I got a lot of attention. Those guys even give me flowers. Don't do that.
But girls actually think by that by posting flowers, they show to men that they are wanted, in the market of women, that they are wanted and high cabos and high words. Pieprasījums.
Sasiko teikt latvijas.
Okay, I'll start again. We'll cut this out.
It's okay. You're rolling. People love it.
Okay.
Desire. Oh, desire. Okay, desire.
But you know what happens with that? Basically, women, by posting flowers in their stories, for example, they think that men would perceive her as someone who is desired by other men. So, if this man understands that she is desired by others, he will want her more. Do you think that's true?
That's actually the opposite. Can you see, guys? Everything. That's the beauty of feminism. Feminism fucked you guys up. Because feminism just distort everything. What you just said, that counts for men. Women love men that are desired by another woman. You guys don't want a man that cannot attract women. Actually, you guys hate. I'll give you an example. You see a guy coming to a place with a beautiful woman. The first thing, even in a subconscious level, you think this guy has something that's nice.
It rises his reputation.
100%.
Of course.
Do you think it's the same like we see you guys every day with a different man? Oh my God. Definitely this woman is special.
Even if it's a successful man every time,
Even worse because we are seeing that you guys are trying to get that kind of man, but they are only using you. So men, very straight answer. Men love women that are reserved. And I'll go even further. The last experience you guys have. Do you know what's a man's dream? A really successful man. I know many. I'm one myself.
Yes.
I only hang with those kinds of people. A woman that doesn't even have social media. A woman that haven't traveled much. When, for example, we're dating and I come to you and say, hey, here's the thing. Let's spend a few days in Monaco. And you come to me and say, oh my God, that's great. We should stay in this hotel. I've been there 2 times.
you can surprise her, right?
We hate that. We hate that. I pull up in the McLaren and you come and say, oh my God, man, that's a 720. Oh my God, I love this car. But you should get a 765 LET. It's much faster than this one. Men hate that. We're in a restaurant and you greet the manager like it is your brother. Hey, man. We look like she's always here. Men get disgusted by that because we love to show you guys the way. Men are leaders by nature. We love to protect you. We love to show you the world. We love to feel your feminine energy. And if you guys have been around, we lose the sparkle. And here the game flips. Can you see? You came to me and you made a comment about the car or the restaurant of the hotel in Monaco. Some men are going to withdraw and say, I don't want to play this woman. I don't want to waste my energy. I don't want to waste my time. Bye. Another one's going to flip. Okay, she's a hoe. Right now, he's playing as you're a hoe. Do you understand? So right now, you already lost your value. He wants to try to have sex with you. From that moment, you will not even notice that. And men start lying when they want that.
So is that really a game? Perceived as a game?
1,000% a game. 1,000% a game. Because men, high testosterone, and they always chasing sex for sure. More successful men, they have a lot of more discipline about sex because we understand that sex is a very high level energy. So we are disciplined. You know, we have options. We are used with women, so we don't want to just fuck around as street dogs. But most of men, you have to remember, over 80% of men in the world, they cannot have sex the time they want. They can't.
Not good enough.
Because they don't have options. They don't have options. They cannot, look at their contacts and send 5 messages and just, get 2 or 3 dates. Only a few men can do that. Women also don't know that. Women think that men have opportunities as they have. No. Most of men don't even have sex. Most of United States, it's unbelievable. The amount of men that don't have sex in the last, 1-2 years. Women don't know that,
You just targeted the point right here. I was actually thinking the same, that, for example, the man, if he wants to cheat, he will cheat. Basically, for example, if we even are in a relationship with him, if, I feel something is off, it means that he's sleeping around Like, do you think that it's is that easy to sleep around when, for example, you're in a committed, good relationship when you believe that woman is a wife and a mom? Do you think they can do it as well?
That's a great point, and that's gonna be controversial as fuck. But I'm here to say the truth, as I always do. Here's the thing, and by the way, guys, if you watch this thing and you like me at the end, I did something wrong. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Here's the thing: when a man has options, he doesn't have to lie. We have a saying. A man is as faithful as his options. Men love to exercise their options. Every kind of man. From the low tier to the top tier. Women have to understand. If she wants a top tier man, at 98% of the times, she will have to share that man.
But for example, like for me, I believe in God, I read Bible, and like there is written, if you do something like this, like you'll be in the hell and God will hate you, etc. And this is basically the worst sin that people can do, is to sleep around. It's for men and for women. Do you believe that there are still these kind of guys who keep themselves for one woman and raise a family?
That's a good point. By the way, I'm not so familiar. I'm Catholic by myself, but I believe in God 100%. But I'm not so into the religion. But I'm not sure. But in the Bible also, I think I'm not sure if it's allowed to have more than one wife. I'm not sure.
It's not actually.
It's not?
No.
Okay. So it's just the Muslim, right? The Quran is like, okay. So here's the thing, what I think about it. If you were, in your example, you were in a very small community, right? The religious community. I really think it's possible. If both are 100%. If they're willing to commit themselves to each other and go against all the odds, all the secular desires, yes, I believe it's possible. Hard, especially nowadays, because we live in a very secular society. But I think it's beautiful. I don't have nothing against that. Actually, I think it's very nice to have a couple that's loyal to each other. But here's the caveat. Religion aside, let's talk about nature. And here's the crazy thing about women. You guys are ready for that?
Tell me.
That's a bomb. Women lose respect for men they see a lot. I break that down. If a guy move in with you, from the day that you guys are living together, you start losing respect for him. Every woman, subconsciously. Why? Because women are hypergamous. Hypergamy is a feeling. You guys are always optimized. And by the way, you guys cannot control that. That's how you guys operate. Through thousands of
Hormones, emotions, main woman brain.
And also you guys know that you have to share your eggs with the best male possible. So what happens? You guys are always optimizing for the best male version. You're always looking for the best man. Always.
By nature, we want to have the best kids, the most beautiful kids, the strong family, of course, by women.
The strongest man you can have to protect you, to provide for you. So here's the thing. When you start living with a man, he becomes a normal man. He's not Batman anymore. He's not a hero anymore. And you guys want a hero. You guys want to look at your man and think, oh my God, this guy is the best I can get. Yeah. This guy is, he's charismatic. This guy is successful. This guy is beautiful. This guy knows how to fight. This guy plays guitar, plays piano. The guy can fix everything. This guy is a pilot. This guy is an astronaut. This guy can swim with sharks. I'm not even that's how women think. This guy can, beat a gorilla. And also he can fly. So here's the thing. When you start living with a man, we're waking up with a man right now in underwear. Normally the guys get fat, because a woman wants to eat pizza. They eat one slice, you eat five. Always. That's how it works. Just pay attention. Your friends that start, dating, all of them get fat. Only a small percentage keeps their discipline. And the testosterone levels drop. Why? Because men gotta be dangerous. You make money by being dangerous. There is a war outside. If she's my girlfriend, every man wants to steal her from me. Mm-hmm. Every fucking man wants to get her from me. So I'm fighting everybody. And she's seeing that. She's like, all the time, okay, I like this guy. But maybe that another one is better. Okay, Renato plays guitar. Yeah. But he doesn't play piano. And by the way, it's not your fault. It's not evil. It's nature. And a good player accepts the game. I just think that most of men, they cannot, stay only with a woman. And I suggest every man, never lie to a woman. Just come up front and say, hey, here's the thing. You are a very nice person. We're having a great time. But you will not be the only one. Are you okay with that? No, I respect it. Bye. Yes, let's roll. Lying is the problem. Because if I'm doing behind your back, that's terrible. And what happens? Most of men don't have the amount of options. So in other words, most of men will not tell you the truth. And here's the problem. Most of men cheated. Most of men like to exercise their options. So you're gonna break up with the guy that cheated on you. Guess what? You're gonna meet up another guy that's gonna do the same. And man, you're gonna, oh my God, the second one. And then we're going to another one. So you just have to understand this. In your case, you wanna meet a religious guy. That's beautiful. And that solves a lot of problems. But for most of women, because one more time, that's a very small niche, right? Unfortunately, I would love that to be, it's much easier for you, but most of women are not religious as you. So they will have to understand. And by the way, woman can accept, another woman depending on the terms.
Yes.
If I come to the woman and say, I'm going to take care of you, you don't have to work. I'm going to protect you. You're going to have a great life. I'm going to lead you. I'm going to make you happy. And, but, you're not the only one. Most of them will say yes. They will prefer a man like that than a broke ass. 100%. It doesn't provide nothing to them. Doesn't lead them. They don't learn nothing with the man. And what happens? The woman, after 1, 2, 3 years, she is even cheating on that man most of the times.
There's a personal question. You have mentioned the situation when, basically, imagine man and a woman is dating, and suddenly he says to her, you need to understand that when I will be richer, when I'll be with more financial freedom, I will have the status to basically sleep with other women. And I'm saying this honestly to you, that you wouldn't even know that I'm sleeping. And why would I say to you that? Because I won't have emotional connection with that woman. I will still love you, love your family, love our family, provide for you. You are top tier number one woman for me ever.
Yeah.
But these women, they're just status thing. Do you think this guy was telling the truth, or it's, some game play?
It's always a game. Let's be honest. It's always a game. Because women are always playing the game as well. And if men are naive to think they are not men, come on. You have to go to another planet. Women are very tricky. And most of the times, women don't mean what they say. To understand a woman, you just gotta see what she does, not what she say. You guys are very emotional. So, one more time. We are completely different. Women are only loyal to their feelings. If you're feeling something, you will follow it. 100%. You guys have the power to be with a man for 2 years, and you wake up, look at him, and I'm not feeling it anymore. and get
That's
the
right.
fuck out.
But we talk with him, like we talk it out. He makes us feel good, and then it's good again because it's the cycle thing, as I mentioned.
And not
Of course.
listen to that. No, she's not, but she's being. That's true. It's true, no? Because women have this power. A woman, because what? They understand subconsciously that they have value, not as a human being, but their sexual market value decreases over time.
Yes.
Ours don't. The more money you have, the more influence you have, the more status you have, you can be 60 years old and have a 18 years old girlfriend. I have seen that many times. That's normal. That's nature.
By nature, it's just harder for us to give birth to kids. And, women are very scared that, of course, birth is very painful. And, like, the older you get, the painful it gets. So we're scared of that,
And not only that, the older you get, the harder it gets to get pregnant, and also the more dangerous it gets. Like, by 29 years old, I'm sorry, 29 years olds are watching this, but you only have around 4 or 5% of your eggs left. By 28, 29. Over 34 years old, it's considered geriatric pregnancy. Like Down syndrome goes through the roof, possibilities of having Down syndrome babies. It's a serious thing. So that's my opinion. Every woman should be looking for the best man they can, get when they're young. Not sleeping around because they're giving their value away. And most likely they're gonna, end up with a man they don't respect, only to have kids and fulfill their wiring, their nature desire. They are gonna shit on the guy left and right. That's what happens. We see that every day, everywhere around the world. That's the same. Or they're gonna die alone with cats and drinking wine every day. They have a research in the United States. Over a woman between 25 and 45 years old, by 2030, they are gonna be single. Like, I think it's over 65% of women between 25 and 45 are gonna be single. Like, that's huge. That means a huge amount of women, alone, without kids, without fulfillment. Crazy, losing themselves on a daily basis. So everything comes down to value your precious years. Party girls, man, we don't like that shit. Alright? If you're in a nightclub, we already put a label on you. That's how it works. And by the way, you don't see many successful men in a nightclub. That's one thing that women don't understand. Successful men don't go to those places. We don't go to shitty bars. We go to lounges. We go to nice places. We're not in nightclubs. So look how it's crazy. The woman's going to a nightclub to try to find the baller, to try to find the boss. And all the men that are there, they are blind that they are the boss. So they're getting fucked by those losers, losing their value. Do you understand that? It's crazy. Women have to study, man. Sit down, study us for 1 week. All your problems are going to be solved. We are very simple. Binary animals.
Golden information, really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to save you all. Come on.
You know what most women think? As I was talking to many, the most opinion that I hear is that, like, from 18, maybe younger, to approximately like 23 years old, or I don't know, 20 years old, they're having like this peak period of life. They need to get fun, party and everything, like to enjoy their life, enjoy. And what's next? Then they say, I want to build a career. I want to like do something of me. And then like I ask, okay, but when would you want to build a family?
Great question.
When? And they say, I think by 30 it will be all right. So in modern world, it's really become a standard that a family will be in women's life only by 30 years old. What do you think about that?
Facts. That's great. You know the stats. One more time. That's very sad because do you remember at 30, she's not on her peak sexual market value anymore. And by the way, women they are not logical as men. If a guy is a fat ass without money, he learns very fast that he's not attractive. He approaches woman and the woman don't even look at him. But women keep receiving attention, worse quality attention.
But maybe the personality of the guy.
Yeah, the personality. This guy gotta be a hell of a personality guy. So that happens. There are some guys that have a huge charisma, but most of men are not like that. Especially nowadays. Most of men are just playing video games, jerking off all fucking day long. That's the truth, unfortunately. But what happens, as you said, they try to get the best men they can when they're already older. That's impossible. That's impossible. Because we go for the young woman because she's more fertile. She is more submissive. She's more feminine.
More energy to you, right?
More energy, more support. She can bear kids. That's nature. I'm not saying nothing. That's nature. So, the 30 years old is like, she has 50 bodies. She has a lot of attitude. She has been around. Nothing's new for her. Her dopamine receptors are fried. So, it's impossible. So she's gonna she's gonna stay with a guy that's low value just for the sake of kids. And she will never respect him. They're gonna raise those kids without the right foundation, the right values. And we see broken families, normally divorce. Over 60% of those families are gonna get divorced.
There are, I think, a lot of women that think that these days being building traditional family, when men provide and woman stays at home and raises the family, they perceive it as something weak because as femininity rises, feminism rises, right? It's a very low standard that if woman is at home, it means that she's maid, that she's, low status. Do you think it's true? And why do you think these women think that traditionality is something that is weak?
It's completely wrong, It's crazy. And here's the thing. Men don't give a fuck about that. We don't give a fuck how much money you make. We don't give a fuck how much experience you have in the marketplace. Zero. Actually, if you come to a man as a 18, 19, 20 years old and say, hey, here's the thing. I am just working on my, intellect. I'm reading books. I'm trying to be, as feminine as I can. And I'm trying to get to know the best man I can. We love it. We love it. So you should be doing that. So that's one thing that women don't understand. We don't care about status. Actually, we love women that don't have any status. Because I even shared that before. A perfect case would be a woman without even social media, because we really don't care about those things. Men, yes, women care about status. Women care about a man that's there, that's well connected, that has achieved a lot. But we think the completely opposite. Actually, we don't ask for much. Be feminine, be, submissive, willing to learn, and be beautiful. Thing. As always, I'll go straight to the point. You want to be a successful woman. What happens when a woman gets successful? She becomes the man she wanted. And she becomes an independent woman. What that means? Independent from man. You don't need a man anymore. So, in your case, that's beautiful that you're ambitious. I've met not many, but a few women that build their own thing. Because it takes a lot of sweat, blood, and tears to build up a business and get rich, right? And most of women are very lazy. Another fact. Extremely lazy. So, it's completely possible for you to fulfill your dreams. And if that's your call, if your soul really talks to you like this, if you really want to be like a businesswoman, you just have to be logical about the consequences. First one, in business, you're going to be pretty much on your masculine energy because you'll be competing in the marketplace. That's one of the things. Second, you're gonna achieve a lot. So not every man's gonna impress you. The more money you make, the higher tier guy you need in order for you to like even call your attention. Successful women, they either go for the complete loser, like the son, or they need a guy at least on their level. And by the way, if he's on her level, normally she doesn't respect him.
It's higher, needed to be higher than her.
100%. And here's the thing, and that's the problem. I would tell you a gold nugget here. Imagine you're making $5 million a year, okay? That's a small average company in the United States. You're very successful, right? Most of people don't make that kind of money in the world. You want a man that makes at least $8 million. And that guy that makes $1 million want a woman that's completely submissive, extremely feminine, and most likely is only focused on the cooking, on the raising kids things, and is like, hey, taking care of your things for you. That is your challenge. Because the man that you want a woman that is not in business at all. It's possible 1,000%. I have seen power couples, and in my opinion, that's amazing. You get a man that's okay with this, you guys are gonna build up an empire together. That's a fact.
You know, amazing example, actually, Grant Cardone. I take him as amazing example. They have very strong family, and like basically, I think traditional idol family. I love them. So Elena is very ambitious herself, and you know her friend Natalie as well.
Renato Dawson.
Yes, they I think form amazing couple as well. Very powerful, you know.
Agree.
Do you think it's like very rare for a woman and man to build this kind of couple, and what it takes to do that?
I think you gave great examples. Me, personally, very close to Grant. I've seen him and Elena perspective already for 7 years. They're a great couple. Actually, Cardone Capital, the fund that, you know, I'm one of the investors, was Elena's idea. Not many people know that, but Elena came to Grant and said, hey, let's make it public for everybody. We're just investing between ourselves. Let's make the common guy also be able to invest with us. And I think it's a perfect model, but unfortunately, that's very rare, especially nowadays, because you have to remember, right now, Grant is a baby boomer. He's 67 years old. Elena is 51 years old. Nowadays, as a successful man, you can reach any woman you want through Instagram. And that's what men are doing. They're exercising that. And why would that man go for a woman that already, you know, has her money? And when a woman has money, she has, you know, she's more masculine because she has to. And she nags a lot. She's not that much agreeable, because you cannot be much agreeable to build up a business. You have to have your own opinion. Yes. And most of men, especially successful men, they don't want a woman that wants to talk back to him. Because you have to remember, we all day long at war. We are fighting our battles. And when we come to see our girl, we don't want to fight. We want peace.
I totally agree. It's important, for example, when in the future, I meet my husband at home, even if I have business, like just shut up and listen to him, you know?
I agree. That's very hard, but that's very possible.
Of course.
You're right. You can be on a masculine frame during the day. That's very hard. But I have seen it. It's possible. And I think power couples are amazing. You mentioned Grant Cardone, Elena Cardone, Natalie and Renato Dawson. That's Grant's partner. Also a great example. But that's hard, but it's possible. And I believe in everything. So I think that that's what you want. Come on, go get it. I believe it's completely possible. And if you really have that on your heart and in your soul, you're going to find it. You're going to track that.
what kind of qualities do you think woman should get and what kind of skills she must acquire in accordance to build this kind of powerful couple? Because like if you're talking, it's every girl's dream to build an empire with a man, but not many girls have, I'll say, the insights to do that, because again, as you mentioned, it's very hard. I know that because you have to be tough in business. You have to really like be, I would say, stone disciplined with that, because there's a lot of things to do, even if you have a team to manage. Like, it's so much on the plate. But when you're home and you're with him, you're like, girly girl, and like, you know, soft and feminine and light. So how do you think women can become such?
2 examples. There are 2 ways. Most of women, as you said, you're saying by yourself, but most of women don't want to build up an empire with a man. Most of women are on the finish line and they want to bang the winner. That's how it works. Women don't want to build shit. Most of women. You're exception. And you as well. So you guys have to remember that. Women don't want to work hard. Women don't want to feel pain. They hate pain, actually. So they're in the finish line and just try to be fast.
So we're just crazy.
You guys are completely nuts. So, can you see, if men would say that more often, you guys would respect them more. Because that's one thing that men don't understand. They try to say things to make you guys like them. You guys hate that. You guys hate men without balls, without personality. You guys despise those men.
Woman listens and guy watches the action.
And 100, you're already woman, don't want another one. You want a man, no? You want a guy that comes to you and say, hey, shut the fuck up, you're wrong. All right? So here's the thing, answering your question. I just think this. It's like, in case you want to build up an empire, you got to build up yourself as an entrepreneur. It's very hard as a woman. And you have to be able to balance your feminine and masculine energy. Very hard, but completely possible. Elena is one example. Natalie Dawson, another example, and many other ones.
Also, Alex Hormozi and Leila Hormozi, amazing.
Amazing example as well. Leila and Alex, great. Building up an empire, agree. You have 2 options. You either have to work on yourself, feel a lot of pain as a woman, a lot of pain, because being an entrepreneur and making money, good luck.
And also, that takes a hard discipline to do that. You need to change the mindset. Like, it's really hard. You need to work for that.
You gotta work a lot. And be willing to not get paid on the first years. You gotta bleed a lot. Or, you're like, you know what? I'm 18, I'm 19, I'm 20. I'm beautiful. I'm attractive. I don't wanna be an entrepreneur. I want a boss. I want a man, a success, and that's nothing wrong with this. I think it's beautiful. A woman should choose the best. Only Luke's gonna be against that. If you are watching that and you don't have money, brother, you know, get the fuck out of the couch and go learn something. Go pick up the phone and go call.
Start dialing.
Start dialing, man. Sell some shit. Start making money. So here's the thing. Either the woman becomes, you know, a great professional and understands about business. That takes a long time. She's going to bleed. She's going to feel a lot of pain. Yes. Or she's like, you know what? I want to be a mother. So she has to learn how to be a wife. She has to learn how to be a wife. Women don't think about it. Being a wife, every woman say, I'm a queen. No. You're not a fucking queen. You're not a fucking queen. Not at all. You want to be the princess. And the king doesn't fuck the princess. The princess is normally his daughter. So, a queen. It's very hard for a woman to be a queen. You got to work on yourself. You got to work on your mindset. You got to understand the moments your man is passing through. And you got to know how to cook. You got to know how to handle the house. You got to be nurturing. You got to understand how to raise a family. You got to understand how to, you know, educate kids, because most of the time that guy is going to be in war for your family. Oh my God, but you don't have time to spend with me. Of course, I'm making money. When I take you to, you know, Monaco or Saint-Tropez or Portofino, you don't complain about the 5-star hotel, right? I'm just able to afford those because I'm all the time working. Women have to understand there is no light without darkness. You in order to make money, you got to be busy. The man's always working, always hustling. And you either become a boss, babe, you either become, an entrepreneur, or you just say to yourself, you know what, let me take advantage of my best years and try to find the best man as I can and be completely submissive and just, be peace in his life. Help him. Don't give her because here's the thing, ladies. We can replace you guys very easy. It's just one phone call away. No, not even one phone call. One message away. So, I gotta tell the truth. Most of women are very replaceable. But successful men, not. I always tell women, if you're in a restaurant with your man, have a look around. How many beautiful women you see? Many. How many successful men you see? Not much. So here's the prize, not you. Get used. That's how it is. You ask good questions, I gotta say. That this girl is smart. Here's the thing. I will go blunt about it. Never share your problems with your woman, because if she's saying the truth, he's a complete exception. Women don't like to know your fucking problems, brother. Actually, they lose respect. If you start to cry as a little bitch in front of your woman, the first thing that's gonna come into her mind is like, what the fuck am I doing with this fucking sissy? This guy is supposed to protect me and lead me. Women have to feel your spine. They have to feel your backbone. They have to be able to see you and trust you. To feel that you can lead them. You're strong enough to lead them. So if you're having problems, you should be talking to your male friends. You should have a circle of male friends that can share your problems, your network. And you should come to your woman and say, hey, calm down. That's already handled. I'll make it happen. Maybe she's an exception, but exceptions don't disprove the rule. Most of women don't want to be entrepreneur as her because she's willing, to put into the work. She's willing to sacrifice a lot of things in order to be successful. Most of women are not. So, for most of women, the advice I have to give for most of women, it's like this, for most of men actually. Don't share your problems with your woman, because at the end of the day, she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care about your problems. She's pretty much just gonna come to you and say, okay, you're gonna make it, darling. And she's gonna think, shit, that's the wrong one. And hypergamy hits, she starts looking around like, man, I chose the wrong one. Attraction starts to go down. That's how it works, guys. That's the mechanism. Woman, they only love you if they respect you. If they don't respect you, they cannot love you. And by the way, many times you can have sex with a woman that doesn't like you. Many times. A woman have sex with men they respect, not men they like. How many ladies watching this? How many times you had sex with a man that you don't even like, but you respect him? Think about it. That's how you guys work. Unfortunately, only a few men know that. You understand? Only a few men know that. And there's the reason they're afraid to talk. And there's the reason they're feminist males. And women despise that kind of man. So if you have a problem as a man, don't talk to your woman. Don't never cry in front of your woman. That's very gay. Cry to your friends if you gotta cry. And get back to the battlefield and start, fighting again. That's what a man's supposed to do.
But let's be real, Hormozy, I think he's first going to the Layla to talk about it, don't you think?
About that, he's a pussy.
Why?
Because Hormozy is a beta. He's not an alpha. But he's a great businessman. And I don't think, there is a lot of attraction, desire on that kind of relationship. They are more business partners. And they're okay with this. And they are very intelligent and very wise. So they are willing to sacrifice the desire, the sparkle, in order to build up an empire. And on that case, because Lily is also a very masculine woman. Her voice, because of the asteroids. But she's a great entrepreneur. A great, massive, very talented woman. But In my opinion, that's an exception. And one more time, exceptions don't prove the rule. And I don't recommend any man to do that. Don't do that. Women hate that. Women don't like it. Women like to feel safe close to you. That's what they like. One thing that women love is to not use their brain when they are with you. If you're able to handle everything for your woman, and they literally cannot think, they're gonna love it. They are like, hey, pack your bags, tomorrow we're traveling where? You don't have to know, you're going. Pack your bags. At 7 a.m., we are leaving. Every woman loves that. And that's what a man, that's the reason men gotta work hard on themselves. Otherwise, they are not able to do that. They need money, they need freedom, and they need time. And it's very hard to have all of them. Just work on yourself, and you gotta surf as a motherfucker. That's the truth.
But listen, but there can be really a balance. For example, I think these relationships can be like a woman not using her brain. But for example, for me, I get so irritated and I hate it so much when I ask like, what happened? What happened? Just nothing. Everything is fine, blah, blah, blah. Like for me, I am sure that if he just, for example, says that, oh, okay, this guy in my team, he's shit, he cannot work. Okay, why do you think that? Okay, how you can change that? Okay, do you think by doing this you can change that? And then, after these kind of conversations, the guy comes out of the room and he says, damn, why didn't I think about this solution? Like, I think there's a balance also. You agree?
I think it's amazing, but you have to remember, about this, your exception. Most of women, they don't want to give tips about, let's solve your business problems. They are like, motherfucker, you're supposed to to handle everything. You understand? Most of women, vast majority of women, they are like, man, I don't give a fuck about your business.
Buy me a purse.
Buy me a fucking purse. Buy me a purse. I wanna travel. I wanna be able to take care of my beauty, because let's be honest, it's not easy to keep the beauty. It's very easy to destroy your beauty as a woman. Very easy. Stress is one of them. Stress destroys your beauty. A man, for example, women love scars on men. Why? Because men have scars. They survive the scar. That proves that they are strong. Men don't like scars on women. At all. That means what? Women are very precious. That's the reason society, always, all kind of societies have been protecting women from harm, violence, and everything. And I just think this. Your exception, yes, because you can be logical. You're a businesswoman, right? You want to be an entrepreneur. You can exercise your logic. But most of women cannot, and they don't want. They are highly emotional. So if you come and say, darling, I'm kind of going down. I think I'm going bankrupt at maximum 6 months. She's going to leave you, brother. Most of that. Because she's going to think, shit, this guy is going to die. He's going down. In your example, you're going to come to the guy and say, hey, let me help you. Let's do that. It's the old way, right? Let's come up with the idea together. Most of women don't think it. Nowadays, no way. They're gonna think, shit, man, that's not the right guy. Let me see. I'm still 21 years old. Fuck you, bro. Was good to see you. Bye.
But it's at the same time, like, I am feeling, okay, I want to help us because it's us growing and I perceive it as a family.
But you have to understand, your exception. Most of women don't want to be entrepreneurs, and it's very hard to be an entrepreneur, and they want to have a good life. Women love lifestyle. Women love to take care of themselves. They love to, just be beautiful. And that demands time, peace, and money. Because stress destroys women's beauty. And, men thrive on stress. Real men, high testosterone men that really want to build up big things. We love stress. We love solving problems. We love solving problems. It's the opposite of woman. And that is the reason a masculine man fits perfectly with a highly feminine woman. Because, me for example, I cannot stay with a masculine woman. Me with Layla, for example. Oh my God, it would be terrible. No way. No way. Or Elena Cardone. No way. Impossible. Every man is one case, but I just think that the more masculine the man is, and the more educated he is about woman, especially nowadays, as a man, you gotta be educated about woman, you gotta understand how women think, the more he will be inclined towards a highly feminine woman. That's my opinion.
Listen, what do you think about this perspective? Basically, we talked about a woman entrepreneur being together with a man who is higher in business level, in money level. For example, if I imagine myself in this situation, like, what do you think about this perspective? Basically, for me, in business, I need to be tough. I need to be disciplined to lead a team and everything, but again, when I come home, like, I feel like a girl with him because he gives me reassurance. He gives me physical peace. He gives me security. Yes. Yeah. And by that, for example, if something goes wrong in my business, I would come to him and like, babe, can you please help me with this and that and that and that? Yeah. Like, it's also a real perspective that woman, if she's smart, she is, let's say she understands the game as well. She studies men, as you mentioned.
You gotta know men, yeah.
You really can, like, learn their psychology, and by that you can, I think, build amazing family, very powerful.
You can, 100%. As I said, that's completely possible. It's just not a rule. It's very hard because normally woman needs to... Here's the thing. Woman want a man that's better than them on everything. Woman wants to feel inferior. If they look at a man like we are equal, you guys will not have attraction for that man. That's simple.
Friends.
Friends. There's a reason most of you guys are friends right now. They're friends on you, motherfucker. They come to you and say, oh, let's meet up. You go for dinner and they talk about the man they're attracted to. Come on, man, you're fucking pussy. You gotta get out of the place. You understand? Because you're treating them as friends. Woman, hate that. You guys want superiority. You guys want a man that's superior to you. It means what? Smarter, more intelligent, richer, everything more. Stronger, more experienced, wiser, knows how to do things more than you, understands the world much more than you, because he has to be able to lead you. If he's not better than you on everything, you will not respect him. That's nature. So it's very hard. That case is completely possible. As we even mentioned some people that, made that happen. As Cardone, as Homozy. But we always have to remember, for the vast majority of the population, it's really hard. It's pretty much the woman wants a man that's better than her on everything. And a man wants a woman that it's that simple. It's not promiscuous. It's loyal. And gives him peace. Yes, I said everything. A man only wants that. And of course, give him sex. Because if we withdraw sex from your man, guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna look for that on the streets. So if you give that, the guy's happy. Everything's gonna be great. And he will go to the world and fight for you. He's gonna go to the world and try to win as many battles as he can. And that's how we build up the world.
I think that woman herself has goals, is achieving some goals. It cannot be like a big goals, but like a goal of going to the gym 3 times a week. Or for example, she's educating herself or really learning about how to be a better woman. Do you think it's good quality?
I think it's amazing. Most of women don't care about that, right? Most of women, they really don't work on themselves. Because she can be thin, she can be athletic, she can be fat. She's gonna get male attention anyways when she's young. Everything changed afterwards, ladies. I can guarantee you. So when she's young, doesn't matter, and that's the reason she doesn't get so much real-time feedback from the world. A woman that works on herself, as you guys are doing here, for example, you guys are very young, and you guys are trying to learn, and that's very important because the more you learn, the less you're gonna suffer. I'm gonna repeat that again. The more you learn, the less you're gonna suffer, and the less you're gonna burn your time. You guys don't have time to burn. You can't. A man can wake up at 50 and have 25 kids. You guys can't. You understand? That's nature. I didn't make the rules. I'm just reporting them. So that's a reality. That's the truth. And the more a woman works on herself, especially, you gotta learn how to cook. Come on. Get a cooking lesson course,
Pastry chef.
She's a pastry chef.
Really? Oh my God, man.
Got to wipe her up.
That's... Say again. What you are? Say again. Can you see? That's the kind of thing that men look in a woman. When she said that, what happens? Real-time exercise here. Most of successful men, when they listen to that, they think she can handle everything about it. Me, for example, I don't eat much. I don't care about food. But when she has kids, she's gonna be more than ready to, handle everything about the nutrition. Right? That's easy for you. That's nothing for her. Nowadays, most of women don't even know how to use a fucking microwave. So she's talking to a man, guess what? A man's getting to know many women. That's a flex. That's a huge flex. Feminists are going to say, come on, you're dumb. You're wasting your time. No. She has a huge advantage compared to most of women, because when a guy listens to that, he's going to like, wow. Most of women that I met are not a chef, And just showing how it's crazy, how women of, learning everything upside down. That's the kind of thing a woman has to learn. How, give a man space. How to cook. But cook with love, not cook for, because they have to. Having fun, because the guy is taking care of everything. How to, be beautiful for him. Because men are success objects. We are success objects. And women are beauty objects. You guys gotta be beautiful. The more beautiful a woman is, and that's kind of not fair, because the word's not fair, right? If a woman's not beautiful, she's fucked. Literally fucked. If a man is ugly as hell, he can't even like that be a hero. Can you see? He can build up his value. He can work on his charisma. He can work on his finances, his body, on everything. It's like a superhero. It's like video game. Woman cannot do that. So that's the reason. It's a very short window between 18, 23, 24 that you guys have to go all in. Don't waste time. Don't waste time, because the later it gets, the harder it gets. That's a fact. It's not my opinion, by the way. It's nature. It's how it is. By the way, congratulations for that. Learn with this lady here. Come on.
For example, you have a girl, and for example, you call her always, and what she says is like, you're asking her, what are you doing? All the time, she's saying nothing. Basically, she's not having any routines. She's not doing like anything. She doesn't even have a hobby. Every time you ask her what she does, she's either with girlfriends or shopping or at home watching series, something like that. What is your opinion?
Great question. That's a shit. Because you guys have to remember, if you are an entrepreneur as a man, if you are a businessman, you're always working on yourself. You're always learning new things. You're always reading. You're always meeting with another successful man. You're always developing. You want to know everything that's happening in the world. You're never at the same place. You're always going. And by the way, a flat line means death. If you are comfortable, you're dying, especially as a man. This kind of girl is a huge turn off for a man. Of course, simps love that kind of girl. Because those fucking simps, and by the way, man, those guys deserve death. Because one more bomb. Women are like children. Okay? You have to understand that. Women are very impressionable. For example, she's my girlfriend. I like classical music, and she likes Russian rap. And I come to her and say, Russian rap is garbage. And really it is. Russian, American rap, for me is garbage. I don't like it. So I come to her and say, that's garbage. Let me show you something here, darling. And I start showing her music. Guess what? If she starts to love me and get attached, she will start to listen to classical music. Women are like that. Let's say another thing. She doesn't like sparkling water. I only drink sparkling water. Actually, there is one here. It's not on the table to not fuck with this video. But, can you see, we're for real here. We're showing you everything that's going on. She hates sparkling water. Can you see? If we are together after 1 month, she's ordering sparkling water, not even with me. Women aren't like that. Women are wired to be like that. Women are wired to follow a man, to follow the lead. Women don't like to lead. And even the woman that leads, she wants a man that can lead better than that. So what happens? It's like, it's always pretty much about the man's frame. And they respect a lot of frame. If they feel that you don't have frame, what means frame? Means like this. I am this guy, and I will not change that. Never. It's my way or the highway. Literally. And he has to make clear that he can walk away at any time. Because another secret, if a woman feels that you cannot walk away, you're fucked. She's gonna step in your face. She's gonna disrespect. She's laughing because she knows the truth. Here's the thing. She's gonna destroy you. She's wired to not respect men like that. So you gotta be yourself. 100%. You know, for example, another great example. I just matched online with her, and we're talking, and she agrees to meet in person. I come to her and say, hey, I don't like to message. He is very boring. Let's meet up in person. Come on. 10 minutes talk in person equals 3 weeks messaging him on this fucking app. All right. And then I come to her and ask this. Where should we go? She's gonna hate that. Am I right? You gotta lead the way. You're gonna come to her and say, we're going to this place at this time. Boom. You either pick her up, or she prefers, to not disclose the address. Hey, I see you there. In Europe, it's much easier. You guys don't have that culture about pick you up. That's more American, more Brazilian. It's a small city, right? Europe, it's like normally smaller cities, especially the East. So, you say, hey, I see you there at this time. Let's roll. That's frame. It's my way. And and trust me, she'll try to test me. She's gonna come and say, hey, I don't like that place. I say, yeah, but I do. I see you there. And she's gonna think, wow. The last motherfucker gave me flowers on the first day. He was telling me I love you after 3 days. This guy might be a real man. He called my attention. Let's talk. So you gotta be different. Guys, you are in competition all the fucking time. Many men approaching those girls every fucking day. If they want, they can have 25, 30 men on their fucking DMs on a daily basis. What do you think is gonna call their attention if you're just another fucking jerk? Do you need some money? I can give you a purse. Do you know what they're gonna think? This motherfucker is gonna be my slave. Because many girls, they don't have morals. So they're gonna explore you. They're gonna destroy you. Yeah, give me money. Give me a purse. Give me this. But they will never, never, never respect you. Never. Never. So you gotta have frame. You gotta be strong.
If a woman will ask men for the gifts and money, if the woman expects men, they will never have.
Never, because she knows she'll have a big no. 100%. 100%. She's right. If the woman is asking for money or for gifts, she doesn't even know you. She doesn't respect you. That's a fact.
Okay, to conclude this amazing topic, last question.
Yeah.
What is the hardest, your most controversial truth that all young woman who watches this needs to know?
Woman cannot drive. I'm kidding. The most controversial. I want to drop a bomb, so let me think about it. Okay, that's gonna be tough. Are you guys ready for that? Unfortunately, the vast majority of women nowadays are sex workers. Sex workers. They are willing to give their body in exchange for small things. Even dates or gifts or trips. And let me be clear with you, ladies. You never have a real man committed to you if you are one of those. Never. And the more you behave like this, the older you get, the less attention you get, the less quality attention you get, and the more fucked you are. So you better get your fucking shit together. If you already slept around, I have bad news. You are already fucked. I'm being honest. Because you cannot erase the past. Oh, but right now I'm in church. I don't give a fuck. Man worries about the woman's past. And woman worry about the man's future. The woman's betting on the man's future. She wants to see him growing, getting successful, being able to take care of her and the family. And the man wants to assure that he's the father. The more guys you slept with, the less likely is that he's gonna be the father. It's so deep that because a woman that had many partners, they cannot even pair bond anymore. Women cannot handle sex as we can. We can have sex with a girl and forget her face after 35 seconds. That fast. Being very honest. Can you see? No man told you that, right? Because they're pussies. That's how men think. He's lying to try to fuck you. Alright? Men think like this. So, if you're thinking that you can act as a man, having sex around, you're destroying your soul. You're losing the shining on your eyes. And men feel it. Not every man, but the man on the top. Because we had to be, we had to work a lot on ourselves. And we learn a lot of things throughout the way. And you're just destroying what God gave to you. So, if you slept around, you're fucked. You will need to focus in a lower tier value man. Because he doesn't have options. And even him is gonna hate that. He will go to sleep every day thinking, oh my God, I'm the number 68. Do you understand? That's how men think. Get used to it. That's how it is. But if you have a low body count, keep it. Try to find a good man. Try to find a man that's gonna commit to you. Once you go into a date with the man, be honest with him. Do your test. Of course, you're a woman. You're gonna test him to know if he's for real. That's normal. That's okay. And the guy has to be able to handle those tests, right? Not getting emotional. But once you understand, go all in. Give your feminine side. Be feminine. Don't wait the man to be masculine for you to be feminine. That's another mistake. Oh, I'm not a feminine energy because I don't know him. Okay, and you will not have the opportunity to get to know him. He's gonna bail out because men that are on the top, they can stack 5 dates a day if they want. With young and highly beautiful women. And another thing, we are not focused on women. No. We observe them throughout the way. It's not our target. Woman's the cherry on the top for us. We have our mission. And the mission always comes first. Never the woman. And by the way, you guys don't want a man that have you coming first. You want a man that has the mission coming first. Because the moment that you feel that you got him, guess what happens? You dry out. You are not even physically attracted to him anymore. You gotta feel that I cannot get this guy, man. Wow. This guy is always busy. This guy is always on the run. This guy is always trying to make more, to be more successful, to make more money. That's how women love. Woman gotta chase. Do you wanna lose a woman, man? Do this. After the first date, call her 5 times the second day.
Okay.
Can you see? Oh my God. Try. She's gonna tell you, I love attention. I want a man that put me first. Have you ever heard that? Yes, for sure you did. And by the way, many ladies saying that. You say that all the time because you're shit testing him. And you're right. You should do it. But you want a man that has a big mission, a huge mission. And you're not a priority. And he makes clear for you that you better behave and you better be great. Because he's the prize, not you. And he worked for that.
That was pure gold. Like, these girls are not ready to hear that. Honestly, if
You hate me, come on, I did something right here.
that's what he said.
Let's roll. I'm just saying that because, as a woman, if you want to be happy, and just, to wrap that up and be very, very honest. Come on. Lactivians. Most of women that are seeing that are Lactivians, right? You guys are very beautiful. Very beautiful woman. That's the reason I'm here. So, you're very beautiful. You're very feminine. You're still not so contaminated by the Western shitty mentality. Come on. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the beauty that you have. You guys are very feminine. It's time to, stop following those trends. Start valuing yourselves. You can have a bright future. You can have a great future with a real and, a man that's going to give you everything. When I say give you, not only material, but also security, also provision, all those things. So if you don't change your mentality right now, and if you don't start to think of the things I said today, because being clear, that's not my opinion. I'm just talking nature and pure psych here. How many times both of those girls agree with me today? Many, because I'm not saying I'm not lying here. It's not my opinion. It is what it is. So you gotta understand woman. If you don't understand woman, you're fucked. And as a woman, if you don't understand how you have to behave, if you don't understand that you have to preserve your value, you will lose everything in life. And you have a lot of power. So don't do it. You guys are beautiful. Preserve the beauty, preserve your value, and definitely you're going to have a beautiful family. And that's what I hope for all of you. Okay?
Just have to wake up finally.